ADCC is renowned as one of the most prestigious and most important no-gi championships in the world.
2019 ADCC was one of the most incredible jiu-jitsu tournaments that I've ever been to. And if 2019 is any indication, 2022 ADCC World Championships is going to be even bigger.
After ADCC 2019, which many people view as the best ADCC ever, the hype has built up so much. We're looking forward to ADCC 2022. My point is, if we're gonna do this event, I wanna make this the biggest event of all time. So I think with this road to ADCC, that's gonna lead into the ADCC trials. All of this is leading up to the World Championship.
On July 17th, when the road to ADCC comes to Austin, Texas, they'll be holding a super fight event co-branded with FloGrappling and ADCC to bring you guys the greatest grappling event of the year.
Andrew Wiltse and Roberto Jimenez.
Nicky Ryan against Dante Leon.
Liz Clay taking on Carolina.
Geo Martinez versus Mikey Musumeci.
Lucas Hulk Barbosa versus William Tackett.
Matheus Diniz versus Kaynan Duarte.
All coming together for one event.
With ADCC 2022 heading to Las Vegas, the home of combat sports, we're going to stake our own claim, and it's going to be a massive leap forward, and I cannot wait to see the growth take place.
The one thing this event will have is invite implications. Everyone wants to be part of ADCC 2022.
Las Vegas in 2022, the world's best grapplers. It all starts July 17th on the road to ADCC. I cannot wait to see what's in store.
Champion versus champion, Diniz versus Duarte. It's very rare that we get to see two ADCC champs from different divisions go head to head.
This will be the very first time that either of them have seen each other on the mats.
I mean, this is as good as it gets, right? It's champ versus champ.
2019, Kaynan Duarte was unstoppable. He was the all-conquering grappler of the year.
We have Kaynan Duarte, who kind of pulled off what many consider to be a pretty massive upset after he beat Buchecha in the semifinals at ADCC.
Kaynan took out Yuri Samoas, two-time ADCC champ, took out Buchecha, two-time ADCC champ, before even making it to the final, where he beat Nicky Ryan.
But I think what really impressed me and a lot of people more than anything was his performance against Rodolfo Vieira at Who's Number One in late 2020.
Terrible position, rear naked choke could be on here.
Got it.
There is the finish. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Kaynan went out there against Rodolfo and he showed the world what cutting edge grappling skill looks like.
I wasn't expecting that, and I don't think many people were, so that just shows you how dangerous Kaynan is.
Then we have Matheus Diniz, who won his 88 kilogram title without having a single point scored against him. Of course, he's the Marcelo Garcia prodigy.
He went out there and took it to guys like Josh Hinger and Craig Jones, and for his first foray into the ADCC World Championships, he wins the gold medal.
What impressed me most about Matheus there was just his tactics. But Matheus' game, this might come down to who's the better wrestler. Looking forward to the ADCC Absolute 2022, this might be the finals. I mean, this is two of the best guys out there, especially under these rules.
Technically speaking, this match is very hard to define. Kaynan is a very physical grappler, but with deceptively efficient technique. Matheus, of course, he's a battering ram. Head down, go forward kind of guy. He's the grappling equivalent of a slugger. Exactly what happens when these guys go head to head on the mat, anybody's guess. But one thing's for sure, the fans will love it. Elisabeth Clay versus Carolina Vieira. A match between two of the best female no-gi grapplers in the world.
This is going to be an exciting match because we have the classic guard versus top player. Elisabeth Clay is a big submission hunter, taking on Carolina, who is a world champion, very experienced.
These two are at the top of their games right now.
Liz Clay really stood out in 2020 and into 2021 as one of the most dangerous female grapplers on the planet. She's so exciting, she's so submission-oriented, and her game fits so well into ADCC.
While Elisabeth Clay has definitely had a buzz about her these last couple of years, Carolina Vieira is one of the best known and most established champions on the women's circuit.
They have never had a match together, so it's really an intriguing clash there. I think it's going to be up to Carolina to really avoid some of those traps that Liz Clay is so good at setting.
Yeah, they both have a rivalry with Gabby Garcia, but it seems like every woman in the industry has a rivalry with Gabby Garcia. But it's like, I think Elizabeth's rivalry is a little bit more friendly just because they've competed against each other. They're just, competitors going after the same things. Carolina's rivalry with Gabby seems to be a little bit more heated. They seem to genuinely dislike each other. They've traded shots online. If either one of them wants to win ADCC, they got to get through Gabby, so that does add some intrigue to the story there.
Mikey Musumeci takes on Geo Martinez. Wow, what an incredible matchup. I think even just 6 months ago, this is a match that you probably wouldn't have seen on your radar.
I'll be honest with you, Mikey versus Geo is probably the match I'm most hyped for. Okay, I'm really excited for this one.
Mikey Musumeci versus Geo Martinez is crazy. Obviously, we got this new no-gi Mikey, right? Heel hook Mikey that everybody loves. Mikey's all in on no-gi, doesn't even train in the gi. He's going against Geo Martinez, who's done ADCC 3 times, competed in every no-gi rule set a whole bunch of times. These guys got a great style to go against each other. It'll be interesting stylistically how this works out.
If Mikey goes out there and makes a statement in this match with Geo, the ADCC committee could use that as a factor in making their decision as to whether to invite him to the 2022 World Championships. Geo, with his 10th planet game, maybe we know a little better what he favors, but he's got this bag of tricks to draw on.
A win over Mikey Musumeci catapults Geo into the limelight here. He's already a star, but with a win over a guy like Mikey Musumeci, I mean, it would be one of the biggest wins of Geo's career.
I think Geo's got to kill him. Geo's got to take his head off, got to try and break a bone or something. You can't just play around with Mikey Musumeci for all this time. This guy's very precise in his attacks. Mikey Musumeci, if he gets it on a leg or something, gets on your back, he's going to finish you.
Inside heel hook, inside heel hook, and he gets the finish!
I think it's going to be a high work rate. Both guys are not going to spend a lot of time on the feet, and it's going to be a lot of ground action.
This is a really fun match. I don't know exactly how this one's going to go, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Nicky Ryan versus Dante Leon. If you're asking me what to expect, the answer is I don't know what the hell to expect because this match is crazy. This is a crazy matchup.
Dante had a great performance in 2019. He really came out. A star was born when Dante Leon took on Lucas Lepre, took us back. I think a lot of people were really surprised by that.
Dante Leon gets the hooks on Lucas Lepre, attacking the choke.
So you have to think he's going to be really ready for this one. A young guy, but of course not as young as the 19-year-old grappling prodigy from Danaher Death Squad, Nicky Ryan.
Nicky has made it plain that he's been working on his wrestling tremendously, and we know Dante is also an excellent wrestler.
Nicky Ryan is going to have to fight his way through one of the most durable, one of the toughest and most explosive grapplers in that weight class. Dante Leon had some of his best ever matches in 2019. Dante Leon is extremely tough, extremely durable, and Nicky Ryan is going to have to fight for his life if he wants to get past him.
These guys could potentially, I think, be two of the favorites to win in the division, and no question expected to get on the podium.
There it is. Nicky Ryan gets the finish.
Roberto Jimenez against Andrew Wiltse. Two rising stars in the no-gi scene, eager to make their mark on things and to say to the ADCC bosses, hey, if there's a spot going in that 88 kilogram division, don't forget me.
This could easily be the most exciting match of the card. They don't hold back, and that's why the fans love both of these guys.
These are two guys who have not done ADCC. You would think that they're probably both going to get in the mix, but they got to do the trials because I imagine 88 kilograms is going to be pretty stacked. But this is a rivalry that goes back to like when they were like blue belts. They've been fighting each other for a long time, and these are two very exciting guys.
They're not concerned with legacy right now. They want to entertain. They want to show off their skills, and they want the finish. So that's what we're going to see in this matchup. We're going to see two guys just trying to kill each other.
They are both go-forward kind of grapplers. They're looking to end the match, but they do so with a wide variety of techniques. They both can wrestle, they both can play off their backs, and they've both got fantastic finishing ability. This is the kind of no-gi game that ADCC highlights to its fullest.
Both these guys have very similar styles. They never stop moving. They're always attacking. This is a quintessential ADCC matchup, and I can't wait for it.
Not often that we get to see super fights with ADCC rules. It's very rare to pit an ADCC champion against an ADCC champion, but everything leads to the 2022 World Championships. This really is the road to ADCC.
The road to ADCC starts right here on FloGrappling July 17th. It all leads to 2022 World Championships in Las Vegas, Nevada. The world's greatest grappling tournament will be held. But first, we've got 6 matches with 12 of the world's best athletes, all vying for a chance to be ADCC World Championship material.
The road to ADCC goes down on FloGrappling on July 17th. Don't miss it.